Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. So we are here in LAX down in Los Angeles, California. We are taking out the 787. This will be a longer flight today. We are going to be flying to Honolulu with Hawaiian Airlines. This is the 787-10. So I have been trying to learn this plane a little bit. It's very particular on how everything works on it, but it is a wonderful plane to fly. I've enjoyed it so far. Definitely have messed around with it a little bit to get the familiarizations, and followed a few people as well to help learn about how to fly this plane. So very grateful for 320 Sim Pilot. His tutorials on this airline, absolutely wonderful. Had to figure it out. His stuff actually is really good when it comes to the Boeing planes, so I'm very happy with that. Anyway guys, so let's head on inside and we will get this plane started up. Alright, so in the process we're going to get into GSX real quick, and we're going to, we've already got the fuel on board, so we're going to go ahead and request boarding
requested,
and we'll get that going. Alright, so first things first, we got to turn the battery on. Now we got some ground power here, so we're going to just turn on the ground power. So this plane's very unique in its aspect of it doesn't have the clunk like the Airbus does. That's one thing he noted as well in his tutorials, but when you turn the ground power on the Airbuses, they usually have like a clunk sound with everything turning on, and this plane does not do that. So very cool to see that. But alright, so all the computer screens are turning on. We've got everything coming up. So we're going to give it just a little bit and we'll continue on through the process. Now this is kind of a lengthier process to start up.
Do you want to board?
A lot of different
pilots boarding starting.
A lot of different things to initiate startup here. So we're not going to turn on the APU just yet. We will start that here in just a second, but I'm going to leave it off for the moment. Alright, so we're going to get the IRS on. And then we just kind of go in columns.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, so we're going to go in columns. So everything here is good. We're done here. Everything's initiated there. So now this plane is very interesting in the aspect of how to set it up. So you got to go through a lot of different steps. So we're going to make sure gear's down. Everything's locked up.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Ground crew needs to slow down because we're just barely starting to board. Okay, so pilots are on. And let's get rid of the yoke for a second. Alright, so cancel recall. Okay, so we're going to go into here. So alright, everything looks good. Alright, KLAX. We're setting up the GPS coordinates right now, so that's airport, that's our position, that all works. Go into route, now we're going to request it.
Your crew has boarded.
Okay, so this is going to do it the other way. Okay, that works. We can do that. I'm just going to look over there real quick. Okay. Alright, so we're going to KLAX. And I believe, I just got to look real quick, see which runway we are scheduled on. 24 left. So 24 left is our runway departure. And then we are flying to Honolulu, which is PHNL. Alright, destination. And our flight number today is HAL 8970. Okay, so now that I can hear we are boarding passengers, I am going to come up. We're going to hit activate. So that'll give us... Oh, we need to go to the next page, sorry. Alright, so before we finish that, I'm going to come up here. Let's get the APU started. And in doing so, we can go right here, APU starting. Now here's something cool about this plane. So as it's starting, this is our external power. As soon as the APU gets fully started, it will automatically take that external power and just show available. So I don't have to manually disconnect this, it automatically does it. So hydraulics are going to stay off. Everything else is off where we need it. We are going to turn on the packs, so there's air conditioning in the back. And we'll go ahead and turn our nav light on. So on this other side, I'm going to put our checklist on. So we've got our checklist. That's good. And we're good there. So we're going to turn seatbelt signs on. Alright. So we'll go back into CDU here. And let's get our flight plan loaded up. So, kind of an easier flight plan today. I'm just going to move my tablet over so we can... A little easier access so I don't have to keep twisting around and look at it. Okay, so... the same waypoint, so we'll just take the bottom one, and then our next waypoint. Now I haven't done any of the departures yet, so just bear in mind that as I type this stuff in, is none of the departure stuff is in. So this is just our waypoints in the middle of the flight. So we gotta go airway, which is gonna be airway A, or R 576, and that goes here. And execute. Okay, so that is our flight plan. Now we're going to go into our departure. Oh, it took it away from us. Okay, why did it do that? Guess we gotta redo that. why it erased it all. Sometimes it's just how this wrong one. Just how the sim sometimes takes it. It just does that for some reason. So, and I am doing this exactly the same way that I did on the 900 that I flew earlier. So this is the first time with the 10. Or I should say the -9. I did the -10. And now this is the -10. So I did a couple practice runs just to learn the ILS and how to operate the systems in here. So let that execute that. That should now save it. Okay, so everything's in there now, so we can go into departure. Okay, so this has already got us set up for 24 left. This is how it was supposed to be. So we are looking for summer 2 departure. Transition. So then we hit execute. Now, I'm not going to do anything on our approach yet. We're going to do that up in the air. So that is one big thing you got to understand about this plane. You got to do it up in the air. So, alright, so we're going to go to, well, before we get to that, let's go through our checks. Hazard signs on. Stuff up. What are all the next things we're going to do? So you'll get to see a little more of what I'm doing. We'll get this performance page going. So we'll hit initial flight. Alright, we'll come back into here. Alright, and our fuel is right here, so that's our gross weight of fuel. Total amount of fuel that we have on board and our fuel temperature. So just keep that in mind. Our reserve, we're going to have about 6.5 for our reserve, so we're going to put that in there. Our cost index is 30 today. And then we will be cruising at an altitude of 32,000. So kind of low, a little bit on the lower side, but we'll see on that. Now we gotta hit execute on that one because that's a new one. So now we're gonna get our zero fuel weight. We're gonna cheat a little bit, then that gives us our full ground weight, or yeah, full weight here. So some of this might be out of sequence, just so you know, because there is some stuff that I do need to do, but we're gonna go back through here real quick. We can close this down. We'll get that on. This is our battery for towing. We don't need that. Get all these on. Leave these alone. We don't do any of this until we get ready to push back. So once we get to push back, we'll push those on. So our nav light's on, taxi lights are off, anti-ice will get turned on when we start the plane. These are our fuel pumps. This one right here doesn't say anything because that's what's fueling the APU. Our engine starts. Okay, none of that's needed. And everything over here is looking good. Okay, so that's all done. We can go over here to performance. And at this point, we're going to go into our ATIS so we can hear what things are.
Altimeter 2992. VFR conditions. Landing runways 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 25 right, 24 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Los Angeles Airport Information Hotel. 2102 Zulu. Wind 235 at 12. Gusts 20. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 1100. Temperature 22. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2992.
That's not too bad.
VFR conditions. Landing runways 25 left,
Okay.
24 right.
Copy that.
Departing runways 25 right, 24 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
That one. Conditions
Los
are
Angeles
dry.
Airport Information
And we'll get
Hotel.
our calculations done.
2102
Okay,
Zulu.
so
Wind 235 at 12. Gust
alright, we're
20.
gonna send this over to
Visibility 10. Few clouds at
to the computer.
1100. Temperature 22. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2992.
Okay, so
VFR
that's over
conditions.
here.
Landing
So
runways
these are all
25
done.
left,
Go to this
24 right.
page.
Departing runways
That's
25
correct,
right,
so we don't need to do
24
anything
left.
there.
Advise on
If
initial
I click on it,
contact.
it won't
You
do
have
nothing. Go
information
to take off,
hotel.
and we will hit accept. So that gives us everything in here.
Los
And
Angeles
then we're gonna
Airport
hit
Information Hotel.
6% for
2102
that.
Zulu. Wind
Okay, FMC
235
pre-flight
at
is
12.
complete.
Gust
So
20.
we are
Visibility
done
10.
on that
Few
aspect.
clouds at 1100.
So we can come back out here to
Temperature
route.
22.
This is our route out. Get us up there.
Altimeter
We can click
VFR
that off.
conditions.
That's done.
Landing
Pre-flight
runways
is done.
25
Trim.
left,
When
24
you get
right.
ready, you can get that done.
Departing
So
runways
taxi and takeoff
25
briefing,
right,
we'll call that
24
complete.
left. Advise
And
on
we can
initial
go
contact.
to
You have information hotel.
the next one. So, or okay, we
Los
gotta need to do
Angeles
that, and we need to
Airport
get beacons on.
Information
So,
Hotel.
alright, so we're gonna come back up
Wind
to normal
235 at 12.
area
Gust
here. We're
20.
gonna get this all set up.
Visibility 10.
Alright,
Few
so
clouds
flight
at
director needs to be on,
1100.
and then we're gonna go
Temperature
LNAV
22.
and
Dew point
VNAV.
14. Altimeter 2992.
So those need to be armed, and if you see them, they're over here. They're in white. So as soon as we take off and I activate the autopilot, we hit 400 feet from what I understand. These will go green, and that'll start tracking our flight plan. So Boeings are a little more complicated, but this plane's not. It's not horrible, I will say. It's been taking a little bit of getting used to, but it's not too bad. So we're going to turn on our traffic and terrain.
Temperature 22. Dew point 14. Altimeter
So we'll go ahead and we're going to switch over to clearance now.
Japan Air 69er Heavy on our way to Kansai.
So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking
Japan Air
at
69er
our
Heavy,
departure
Los
here.
Angeles clearance, cleared to Kansai Airport.
And we're at
Dark through departure
253
with the McKee
is
transition,
our
then as filed.
heading
Climb
here.
via
So we're
SID.
going to get this. This is our
Departure
runway
frequency
heading.
124.3. Squawk 5036.
So I'm just going to get that set up for the runway.
Cleared to Kansai Airport. Dark tree departure with the McKee transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 124.3. Squawk 5036. Japan Air 69er Heavy.
253. Okay. We're good there, and then
Japan
our
Air
takeoff
69er Heavy. Read
speed.
that correct. Contact ground 121.75 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Get to here. Our
We'll contact
V2
ground
is
121.75 when ready for pushback or
162,
engine
so
start. Japan Air
we'll get
69er
our
Heavy.
speed set up
Thanks.
for 162. We're going to arm our auto throttle.
SkyWest 5802, IFR to Friedman Memorial Airport.
Skywest
Now that's all done.
5802,
Okay, so we're
Los
all done on
Angeles
this
clearance,
aspect.
cleared to Friedman Memorial.
CDU is pretty much
Departure radar
done.
vector shafter, then as filed.
So all we need now is our clearance.
Departure
And we're
frequency
over here. This is where squawk code goes. So as soon as we can get our VFR clearance, we'll be ready to go. Let's check and see where we're at on loading. We still got 300 passengers to go on, so we're going to be here for a minute.
Maintain 4,000. Departure frequency 124.3. Squawk 0264.
We're
Skywest
going to go ahead and
5802.
request some catering service.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
And we're going to hold off on the rest of the stuff for a second, just because we got a lot of time. So let's check out the airplane for a second.
Ground 121.75 when ready for pushback or engine start. Skywest 5802.
Definitely a very cool airplane. It's very interesting.
Ready to copy IF
Fancy KLM right next to us. There's our catering trucks coming. See, we got on the other side. Don't have any 380s in. The 380s usually go into any of these over here. This is like where 747s will park and stuff, but 380s are over here usually. Because they have 3 jet legs over there and they'll hook up. Catering trucks coming out. Now when I did this flight earlier, all these clouds are out here now. They're like right over the airport, so it's kind of cool to have some British airlines over the taxi. Alright, we're gonna get our clearance here.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, ready to copy IF or clearance to Honolulu Airport.
That is us.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Los Angeles clearance, cleared to Honolulu. Summer 2 departure, empty transition, then is filed.
I'm just gonna let Beyond ATC kind of do this for a second.
25.2.
When we're ready for push to start, I'll take over the radios.
Cleared to Honolulu. Summer 2 departure, Denny transition, then is filed. Climb by SID. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 1061. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
It's right here.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy,
This
read back
all the
correct.
way over.
Contact ground
Now, our squawk is
121.65
ready
when
to
ready
go,
for
so we're
pushback
good
or
on
engine
squawk.
start.
Ground 121.65 when ready. Hawaiian 8970
Here,
Heavy.
we don't have a page for doors on this one. The 9 has a thing for doors, so just be aware of that if you fly it. So other than that, we can come into
Southwest
here.
3230.
We'll hit
Gate
system.
1 tree taxi via Alpha Alpha.
This one
Hold
gives
short
us
runway
doors, so
24
there's our
left.
doors.
Gate 1 tree via Alpha Alpha. Hold short runway
Back to
24
the
left.
We'll go back in. We'll open that one.
Cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Alpha. Echo, Delta 8, Delta, Delta 7, Southwest 3230.
Just maybe not.
Delta 465 Heavy. Gate 30.
Just walk right through the
Pushback. Delta 465 Heavy, Los Angeles ground. Pushback approved. Face north.
Alright, let's see where we're at. Still got a long
Delta
way to go.
465 Heavy.
I know earlier we had it was only like 100. I think we're only 130 passengers on the earlier flight I did to learn this, but so far not too bad. So that catering service is now done. Now this is a 5-hour and 50-minute flight from LA to Honolulu. So I I'm not going to record that whole entire thing so that you guys don't have to sit and endure the cruising altitude and stuff like that. So we'll get through the takeoff and everything, but I'll definitely pause it up when we get up there all the way up to the climb, so you guys don't have to deal with too much of the regular flight time. So, because there's really nothing to do up there, but and there goes our trucks out here.
Heavy. Request taxi. Delta 465 Heavy, runway 24 left taxi via Delta 10 Delta, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo, Heavy, Los Angeles ground.
Alright guys, we're just about done loading now.
Face north.
It's taking a minute.
Push
We
back
got about
approved. Face north.
almost a little under 100 passengers go, but I figure while we're doing this, I might jump back over here into this camera and let's go see what other airplanes are around in the airport and give us a little bit of insight. So, first one leaving here. Interesting airplane there. We do have an Emirates A380 that's out here tuning in. This is also Spirits, Alaska, as well as JetBlue over here.
KLM 602 Heavy, gate 206, request pushback and engine start.
737.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
787.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. KLM 602 Heavy.
Looks like a 777.
Sun Country 425 at gate 207. Request pushback.
Should be getting pretty close. Shouldn't take very much longer now to get the rest of the passengers on and then get out of here.
Face north.
There's another 78.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. Sun Country 425.
Yeah, I figured we'd just come bounce around for a second. Got some airplanes in here getting worked on. That's kind of cool. 60 more
006
passengers
Heavy.
put in.
Contact Los Angeles Tower
Shouldn't
133.9er.
take us very long to do.
Contact Tower 133.9er, LL006 Heavy.
It's been a long time since I've been to this airport, but I wasn't very impressed last time I was there, but they've done a lot of upgrades, so I'd like to go back down, fly back in there and see it.
Left taxi via November 2, Mike Delta 8 Echo, Romeo, KLM602 Heavy.
Southwest, Delta.
Runway 24 left taxi via Tango 2, Kilo, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo.
Runway 24 left taxi via Tango
watch floating passengers. Oh, that's funny.
Country 425, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Country 425.
Alright, let's go back inside. Alright, so everything's looking good. In here, like we said, it's all set up. Ready to go. So we're going to put a little PV, which puts a little bird right here. See? So we're going to have that ready. We don't need meters. Leave that alone. Everything else is looking good. Set in our
KLM
all the way up
602
to
Heavy.
32.
Contact Los Angeles Tower
So
133.9er.
this way
Have a
we're
good
all completely
afternoon.
ready to go. We're not going to worry about hydraulics, like I said, just yet until doors close. So as soon as doors close, we'll get into all of that. In the real plane, we would check the oxygen masks, do all this, sweep over here, get all this checked. But yeah, cockpit in here, very roomy. You can see the videos online for the cockpits. It's actually quite nice. Pilots are definitely spoiled with these airplanes sometimes. So,
Sun Country 425. Contact Los Angeles
Alright.
Tower 133.9er. Take care.
Contact Tower
Okay, get over this.
133.9er. Sun Country 425. Have a good one.
sometimes the glitches in this game are just funny. Alright, we're almost down to 30 passengers left. Shouldn't take us very much longer, and then we'll get our clearance to push, and we'll get on out of here. So,
Delta 1004, Gate 38, request pushback and engine start.
Delta 1004, Los Angeles ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
and we're definitely going to turn this speed up. We're going to go as
Pushback and
fast as
engine
it'll
start
let us go.
Face east, Delta
Ground speed,
1004.
so we can make a lot of time up. This airplane is actually I will say with all the Boeing flights, they actually go pretty quick. On the Airbus ones, you can put in the speed, they don't listen. It don't matter what speed you put in, it's not going to listen to you. So anyway, so we're just going to kind of leave that alone. So yeah, we're just going through these screens real quick, just make sure what's on, what's off. Anti-ice is off right now. It will go on. So that is all these here. Actually, we can just turn them to auto right now, so we get those taken care of. So we're going to check these one more time. So basically, when we push back, as we get ready to push back, we turn these to auto, and then all of these will get turned on when we get ready to start engines. So other than that, we are looking good. That's what all these warning signs are right here, is just telling us the hydraulics, all that stuff that we'll take care of. Checklists are all good. We'll turn our beacon on.
Delta 1004, ready to taxi to the active.
So that clears our beacon. We do need to set our trim, so let's go ahead and do that.
Left taxi via Delta, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo.
So to set our
Runway
trim
24
down.
left taxi via Delta, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo, Delta 1004.
Okay, that checklist now is done. So now put us into before taxi. So we're going to get the auto brake set over into RTO. Anti-ice is on. Recall checks. Flight controls. We'll check that when we push back. Ground equipment clear and APU off. So those will all check off when we're done. We got the auto brake set for reject takeoff. So we are in
Delta 1004, contact Los Angeles Tower
position.
133.9er.
Like I said, just gotta wait
Contact
for
Tower
those last few
133.9er,
passengers.
Delta
We almost got 10
1004.
more to go. Yes. Cannot wait. Get out of here. Oh. I can only imagine how it is with these planes in real life.
821. Request pushback
Sitting in
and
there
engine
just
start.
waiting and waiting and waiting for everybody to get on. But everybody usually boards a lot faster than this, so.
SkyWest 105, Los Angeles ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. SkyWest 105.
Alright, we're at 380. I'm worried about that guy. He already looks like an aggressor. Gotta watch him. Oh, some of these models. Oh man. Can't complain too much. I mean, it adds to the realism, but it's funny to seeing some of these models. Just wonder where they came from. Oh, where they got the idea for the outfits and stuff. It's kind of funny.
SkyWest 105. Taxi for departure.
Alright, we are almost done. 387 out of 390
Runway
passengers.
24 left taxi via Delta 8 Echo, Romeo.
Runway 24 left taxi via Delta 8. Echo, Romeo. SkyWest 105.
I guess she's my last passenger. So.
SkyWest 105, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er.
Contact Tower 133.9er. SkyWest
Okay, guys, we are
105.
fully boarded.
Have a good afternoon.
All right, we are done. Boarding is complete. We will be getting ready for push and start. So let's go ahead and prepare for pushback and departure. And of course, that's
Locking
gonna be
gear.
okay, give me 1 second. Hawaiian Air 8970 Heavy at gate 204, ready for push and start.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Los Angeles ground, pushback approved. Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved.
Oh, I
Face
forgot to
north.
turn that off.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Alright, so we're going to be facing north, so that means the tail to the right, so we'll go with that one.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, here we go, pushing back. We're going to give it a second, then we're going to go ahead and fire up. So we're going to get these over. Turn all those on. Those are done. And we'll go ahead and turn on all our fuel pumps. And we are going to crank engine 1. Alright, engine 1's coming up. Caution off. Make sure our air's all good. He's on over here. It's looking good, looking good. Just kind of doing a double check while the engines are firing up. Alright, we're good right there. So air is not on right now because of the engine start. Alright, we have a good running engine on 1, so here comes 2. 2's on auto start. Here we go. So we got 1 good running motor, so we don't need to worry about when they stop. We can just cut it loose.
Set parking brakes.
Okay. Brake. Gotta hit these brake pedals and
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, here comes the plane coming down. They're setting us down. Okay, we are all set. So engine 2 is up and fully operational. Oils are all good. Levels are good. Air's up. Flight controls. Trim is set and ready. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and check our stuff here.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, we are good on
Delta
rudder
Niner 76
movements.
Heavy, gate
Everything is all
22,
good,
request
so
pushback.
flight controls are good. And let's go ahead and get
Delta
the fuel
Niner
off
76 Heavy, Los Angeles ground,
and
pushback
check those
approved.
done.
Face north.
Alright, before takeoff, we're going to just set our flaps.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. Delta Niner 76 Heavy.
Our flaps are set. set. We are good. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, request taxi to the active.
Delta 351 at gate 35 Alpha. Request pushback and engine start.
We're good to go.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, runway 24 left taxi via Mike, Delta, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo.
That's for us. Taxi to 24 left using Mike, Delta, Delta 8 Echo, Romeo. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Delta 351,
Okay, guys,
Los
we
Angeles
are
ground.
all set.
Hold position for company traffic.
Everything's all good.
Hold
Back
position
to
for traffic.
stats.
Delta
Actually, let's go back
351.
to our map out of here. Okay, let's get the parking brake and we're out of here. Get our taxi lights. And green light. Okay. We are rolling.
Delta 9er 76 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active. Delta 9er 76 Heavy, runway 24 left taxi via Delta 9er Echo,
APU is
Romeo.
in cool down right now, so
Runway 24 left taxi via Delta 9er Echo, Romeo. Delta 9er 76
go
Heavy.
ahead and jump outside. Show this beautiful plane here. Definitely has a very good looking wide body, I gotta say. Take this corner wide.
Delta 351, Los Angeles ground. Pushback approved. Face north.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face north. Delta 351.
Looks like there's some planes coming into our runway.
Delta 9er 76 Heavy. Contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er. Over to Tower 133.9er, Delta 9er 76 Heavy.
Let's go back inside for this taxi.
Delta 351. Request taxi to the active.
Alright guys, we are on Echo
Delta
taxiway.
351, runway 24 left
Turning up
taxi
here
via
where
Delta
he's
9er
at. Looks
Echo,
like
Romeo.
Delta's on takeoff roll,
All right, we'll
and
taxi
we
to
got
runway
one
24
inbound.
left via Delta 9er. Echo,
Got
Romeo,
one Delta
Delta
flight that's going to come out
351.
in front of us here. Go ahead and flip that up. We'll flip that HUD down here in just a second. I just want to clear it out so we can see a little bit better.
Delta 351, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er.
Over to Tower 133.9er. Delta 351.
Okay, we're almost to taxiway R, Romeo. Right where he's at is where we will be turning on it. We will get clearance for tower here in just a second.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er.
Over tower 133.9, Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Hawaiian 8970 heavy, holding short, 24 left, ready to go.
Hawaiian 10 heavy, exit left at Alpha Alpha. Exit left at Alpha Alpha. Hawaiian 10 heavy. Hawaiian 8970 heavy, hold short of 24 left.
Holding short for departing traffic, 24 left, Hawaiian 8970 heavy.
Hawaiian 8970 heavy, runway 24 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, Hawaiian 8970 heavy.
Hawaiian 10 heavy, monitor ground 121.65. Ground 121.65, Hawaiian 10 heavy, see you.
All the lights are on, we're cleared to go. Got one waiting to cross the runway.
Hawaiian 8970 heavy, Los Angeles Tower, wind 225 at 1 tree, fly heading 250, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 24 left, Hawaiian 8970 heavy.
Delta Tree 51, contact SoCal departure.
Those motors up.
Contact
and
SoCal departure. Delta
click that.
351.
And here we go. Get our HUD back down. Airspeed's alive. Put a little pressure to the front, just keep that pressure on the nose wheel so we can steer for a little bit. Alright, now we're good. Follow that FMC line, that's where it's pitching up. 20. Let's do V1. V1, rotate. Brake, gear up. Alright, we're on autopilot, and as you can see, LNAV and VNAV are active now.
Hawaiian 8970 heavy,
So we are on
contact
flight plan.
SoCal departure.
Over to SoCal departure, 125.2 Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Alright, we'll give it a second so that we can get over there. SoCal departure, Hawaiian 8970 heavy with you. Flight level 2000.
Hawaiian 8970 heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, cleared direct any, resume the summer 2.
Clear direct any, resume summer 2, Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Okay, we're good there. We're going to bring our flaps up. Now, that's what I was talking about, is we're going to wait just a second to raise our flaps up. We're on the flight out, so everything is being controlled off of off the computer now. Computer's running everything. So that's why that's gone. It's got control of speed, it's got control of our flight plan here, so it's flying everything. So that's why that whole LNAV, VNAV, we're waiting on that. Here, oh. Premature, gotta come back in. Gotta clean it up a little bit. Get all this stuff off.
Delta Niner 76 heavy, contact Los Angeles Center 132.85.
Strobes on, those will stay on, so.
Center on 132.85, Delta Niner 76 heavy.
Coastal flight here. Got one flying up above. Got a ship down here. There's the airport and LA over here. As we climb out of here. too bad of a takeoff. That little button that you saw me click on the throttles, so you get it up to run the motors up just a little bit, and then click on that. That's the toga button that I was explained. And basically with that, it just helps with the performance of the airplane. So we didn't go full throttle and run everything up. I'll show you more inside here. So you see this little chevron right here on the motors. So we had a restriction for the motors, so we didn't go all the way max power up here. We went right here, so it was a nice gradual takeoff because we didn't need full power. So it's just that whole performance of the 787, so the efficiency. But that's kind of why I clicked it, is it didn't give us the max power, it just ran the motor, ran everything up. So everything's up now, gears up. We're in autopilot. We're going to have a few turns here in just a second as we climb up. Now we're just going to step up. So we're following the climb out. As you can see, we're going to be at 12,000 for just a little bit. Our cruising altitude is scheduled in there. So what basically we're going to hit this next waypoint here at 3 miles. We have to hit it at 12,000. So we level off. We're going to stay there for a second, and then our next waypoint we have to be at 183, and then our next waypoint after that is 235. So we'll just keep going up, and then we get to our top cruising altitude by our third waypoint. So as you can see right here, that's our altitude that we need to be at. So we'll kind of zoom it out a little bit, show you. So we're going to hit it, and then you watch, it's going to start climbing. So, extremely smart airplane. I absolutely love how easy this flight was. And there it goes. The motors are going up, and we start the climb. So, like I said, very fun. We're going to climb up. We'll hit this next one. We are above 10,000, so we can go to auto on that. Plane right there leaving. We'll make another turn, but we're going to keep our climb going. Now we stayed at the coastline just a little bit longer. We're going to turn here in just a second. The way this flight plan is, we're going to turn, go back over here, and then we'll turn and go out across. So it's not direct out to the island, but it's this way and that way. So as you can kind of see in here, so we've got some of the California islands out here in front of us. Might have to get into a fighter plane, or can't talk, fighter plane, and kind of come out and explore some of the stuff.
Juliet, now current, altimeter 2990.
2990, so we'll turn this down. We're turning on to our next. We hit that flight level. So our next flight level we need to hit is at flight level 23. And then our next one after that will be 320. So we're still on the departure, liner departure out. So not too tedious here. So alright, our flaps are good. We're good on that. Let's go back over to checklist here. We can go there, and that brings us to our descent checklist. So we're good there. We don't need that for a minute. We'll switch over to CDU on this one as well. We're going to click on progress.
8970 heavy. Contact Los Angeles Center 135.5. Have a good one.
Over to Los Angeles Center 135.5 for Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Good day. Los Angeles Center, Hawaiian 8970 heavy with you, flight level 210.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Los Angeles Center. Climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320 for Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 351. Climbing via dark tree. Flight
Getting a little
level
bit better at that
206.
stuff with the radios. Takes some getting used to, but
Delta 351,
definitely
Los
fun one to
Angeles
get
Center.
into.
Climb and maintain flight level 625.
Climb and maintain flight level 625. Delta 351.
Down around Oxnard, California now. The Air Force Base right there. So we're just going to kind of fly the coast a little bit. Got the 101 freeway down here. It goes up the coast a little ways, then turns in up here. Monday I'll actually be in this area. So I'm recording this on a Sunday, so tomorrow I'm actually leaving, taking my truck down. I got a load that goes up the coast from here. I'm flying right now. And then after I get unloaded at my good customer that's up here, I got to actually come down and pick up my reload down in this area. So kind of fun to be flying above that. Kind of show it off a little bit. But fun seeing it from the air a little bit. This is very heavily populated, so it's kind of crazy to see it a little bit like the way that we're seeing it. So about out in this area, there's a lot of oil rigs. I'm kind of interested to see as we fly this if you can actually see them. So we've got a ship down here, some ship traffic. Now there is a mod that I am looking at that's supposed to help out with some of this, with like mods and stuff, or not mods, boat traffic and stuff like that. So I haven't done it yet because this is honestly my first flight over the ocean, and I'm considering now, because now seeing it, it's really kind of barren. There's really nothing down there. So anyway, we are northwest right now. We will be going southwest here in just a second. Let's head back inside and kind of tell when our turn's coming up. So like I said, we're going to be on the coast for a little bit. We're going to turn west, it looks like, here at our next waypoint here in 5 miles. So almost to the top of descent, or not top of descent, top of climb. That's what this green marker is right here, and it's pointing out where our top of climb is. So there should be like an indicator coming up, but we're going to start a turn here before we get there.
Delta 848,
You
contact
get a
Los
chime
Angeles
here in
Center
just a second just to tell us that
125.8.
we're
Have a good one.
1,000 off.
Contact Los Angeles Center 125.8, Delta 848. Have a good afternoon.
Just like that, by the time we hit this green mark, that will be our cruising altitude.
American 1480, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8. Center on 125.8, American 1480.
There it is.
Have a good one.
There it is. Alright, so looking at this, I'm going to have to back out of this for a second. Just looking at our...
Avianca 563, contact Los Angeles Center 34575.
I'm going to go into our flight plan here.
Contact
because
Los
we are
Angeles Center
showing
34575, Avianca 563.
1,000 flight level, but I am showing in our stuff here that we're supposed to go up to 40,000 feet. So I want to see if that's actually going to be correct, and we are eventually going to
Hawaiian
step up.
8970 Heavy. Contact Los Angeles Center 119.05.
So over to center 119.05, Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Slow one today.
Yeah, not too much going on.
We have some day-old stale coffee if you want some.
I'm on a 7-hour shift. Might take you up on that.
Center Hawaiian 8970 Heavy with you, 320 flight level.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, roger.
Alright, so I'm checking this out. It is saying that we do have a climb.
Southwest 3702, contact Los
Not
Angeles
much. We're
Center
not going to be going up too high,
124.15.
but it is right there. So we are going to go.
Southwest 3702.
We're
Take
going to go
care.
up a little bit more. So don't know why that is, but we're going to go 340. 390. Sorry, so all the way up.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 351. Climbing via Dark Tree, flight level 315.
So yeah, we will go up here in a second and
Delta
go
351,
up to
Los Angeles Center, copy.
40,000. Go to our plan here. Just kind of go through this. See where.
Los Angeles Center, Jazz 765, flight level 360.
Now see, this is where it ends out. We're gonna end
Jet
because we
765, Los Angeles Center, copy.
have to put in our approach, and we've yet to do that. So go ahead and click back to maps. Don't need to worry about that right now. I'm going to kick us up on our speed here, so we just got to click on this, switch over to that. We're going to kick up our speed. Up there to 322, just so we have a little bit faster. We can try to get there a little bit faster. Got more than enough fuel for the flight, so I'm not too concerned about fuel. We'll get there in just plenty of time, but that's where we're at so far. Just kind of blank and empty out here right now. So let's see what we got. We got another turn coming up, I think. Yep, there it is. So there's kind of our flight. Turn back down away. So now we're just kind of pulling away from the land. Kind of going. I guess we're kind of going with it. Kind of going with it. That is the 101 highway right there. And GTA 5, that is the canyon right there that they modeled. So, for anybody that plays it, if you're headed from Sandy Shores up to Grapeseed, that is the canyon that the creators modeled it for. So, it looks pretty dang close, so Rockstar definitely got it right. Yeah, 101 goes up here, then curves and comes back, and then right up in there is where I have to go. But it basically comes all the way back up here. So got a launch site and an Air Force base. It's up here in this area. So I believe they just launched a rocket, just shortly from here, not too long ago. So kind of interesting on that aspect. But all right, guys, we are pretty much at the top. We're going to be pulling away from land. We're going to just be out over the ocean. So let's go ahead and go back inside here. We're going to set the set up, and go ahead and set that flight level up to 40,000. So that way it doesn't hold it. So now that right there is what I'm watching. So that'll just hold us up there. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and
Dynasty 5137 Heavy. Contact Oakland
look
Center
at my charts.
128.7. Take care. Contact Oakland Center 128.7. Dynasty 5137 Heavy. Take care.
Oh, that's cool. The accent out of that. It's cool. Alright, so I'm looking, right now we're showing landing on 08 right
Los Angeles
is
Center.
what
Skywest
I'm showing
3442.
as
Good afternoon. Flight level
our
277.
arrival. Now that most likely will change
Skywest 3442. Los Angeles
well
Center.
before we
Good
get there.
afternoon. Continue
So,
climb to flight level 350.
Continue climb to flight level
I don't
350.
know, I might just
Skywest
hold off on
3442.
setting any of this up, but yeah, we're going to be in cruise for a minute. I'm just going to kind of let it be, let it sit, and yeah, we got a long flight ahead. Right now we're showing, this is all of our ETA stuff right down here, so it's showing about 3 o'clock ETA. That's going to go up when I put in my other stuff here. So
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 3336, descending via Rookie 1, flight level 370.
Southwest 3336. Los Angeles Center. Copy.
so we'll get an increased flight level here in just a little bit. I'm pretty sure that flight level is basically because of the ocean travel, the jetway. That would be my guess. So right now I believe we are out of, let me just make sure. Okay, so this next waypoint that we're going to hit at about 100 miles, that'll be the end of our departure leg. So that'll get us onto our jetway, the R576 jetway, and that'll take us all the way out. So right now we're showing IO1 arrival is what the arrival is. We don't have an approach yet. Once we get in here and I can kind of set it up, I can kind of look and see. Once I get a runway, we'll be able to set up the runway, but we'll get that on the arrival side too. But we're just going to kind of hold that speed right there. It's giving us good movement. So got a little bit of turbulence that bounced us up a little bit. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hold off, and I will see you guys when we come back,
Los Angeles Center, Alaska 1348. Flight level
back for
325.
the approach. So as you can see, we're out to sea now. So
Alaska 1348. Los
we'll
Angeles
see you again
Center,
on the approach.
Roger.
Alright guys, so we are about halfway there, a little over halfway. Just wanted to bring you back on for this part. So I've got the fuel pulled up, and I just wanted to show this so everybody could kind of see it. So this airplane will show which tanks are low on it. So we've got the fuel low center, and as you can see, it is low. So when indications like that come on, we just got to come up here to the center pumps and just turn them off. And then as soon as those are off, that indication went away. Now we're just pulling out of the 2 tanks. So I ran it a little bit lower than what I wanted to, but yeah, we're pretty much good to go there. I'm going to start setting up for the arrival. We haven't gotten a clearance yet for the arrival or anything like that, but with us being pretty far in, I mean, this kind of shows you progress here. So this is the expected ETA arrival to the airport. This is about where we will be at the one waypoint right before the airport, but we got to add a bunch in. So we're still pretty far out, still got a couple hours of flight time to get there, but we're gonna go ahead and just start getting stuff in here. So alright, so we're gonna go into the arrival page. It's already pulled up for us, and we're expecting 08 right is what I'm expecting for this. So we're gonna go ahead and put in the approach, which is this one here, and then let's see. Oh, I take that back. We're going to be going into 04. 04 right. So we'll go ILS 04 right. And I'm going to come over here to my Navigraph, pull that up. Transition right there. Sorry guys, I'm just working in the approaches here, trying to get everything set up. Just want to get everything in correctly so that it shows. Execute, that'll add everything in. And then we're going to go to plan. And we need to go in and type this in manually so it takes out that loop right there. As you can see, basically it has a skip in there. I'm just going to kind of look at it. Gotta take that out. So we're gonna delete a few things on this for now, just to complete this loop here. Excuse me. So to do that, we'll hit delete,
United 219 heavy.
and we're gonna delete this section here.
United 219 Heavy, clear direct back me. Resume on navigation.
And DeVry is going to go in.
Direct back me, then resume on navigation. United 219 heavy. Thanks.
And put that right here. So that will take that out. And then we're going to hit delete. We're going to take vectors out. That again. Okay, so that adds this loop right here to turn in. So we'll hit execute, that adds that in. So now you have the nice loop in. And we'll look at that a little bit closer just to see kind of where it is, because I mean this is all just getting it set up so the airplane has somewhere to go, and gives you your altitudes and stuff like that. So we're just going to get this all set up and just have it ready. Now we'll come back down here and when I type this in, this should eliminate the extras. Nope, there they go. Now we got two of them that are right next to each other, so we're going to just take a look, make sure. Let's go ahead and let's just delete. We're going to delete this one here and retype that in, because this is giving us our top of descent so that we can start our descent down as well. And take that bottom one and put it right back in. Okay, so I guess we'll just leave that there. Hit both of those at the same time, it looks like, and then we just start our way down. And we'll set it up when we start into there. We'll just set our stuff down to this 7,000. We are going to kind of have a short final, so I'm probably going to set it for 2,000 if we stay on this. But we most likely will have a different transition, so we'll have to go back when they give us the actual runway and give us the actual approach. So we'll have to go back in and do everything right. So this is the approach ref. So we're going to be wanting this here, so we want to put this in. So that gives us our speed and flaps. So that's going to be full flaps. We want to be at 147. For our speed coming in. So everything is there. And then we wanted to check this stuff. So this is going to be the ILS When we get everything from from the ATC, then I'll be able to pull everything up and put all this stuff in. So it's going to get real busy in our descent because we'll have all that information and we'll be actively putting this stuff in and getting everything ready to go. As it sits right now, we're just kind of still middle flight, not doing too much. So just kind of looking over stuff. Our planned fuel, we should be down to 51 at the ETA, so we'll be down to 5,100 pounds of fuel left. So should be pretty decent. Everything's looking pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and execute that. So I kind of wish this one was more of a sweeping turn. So I'm going to kind of look at that and see if I can add anything extra, any extra waypoints or anything like that to give us down there. So give us a little bit longer, but I don't want to do too much because we gotta get in first and then figure it out. So. But yeah, as it sits, we're looking good. If we have a miss, so this blue line is out here, it's a miss approach, we'll have to go around and go into hold pattern. So other than that, we're locked in, everything's looking good. Flight's been pretty nice, pretty easy, just kind of relaxed. So jump outside and kind of give you guys a little look around. So we did raise our altitude up to 38, just kind of give us a little bit more of a cruise altitude, but nothing but a little bit of clouds and some water out there. So I know we have a few other airplanes behind us. We got a United flight. There's a Southwest flight as well. Yeah, there's a few others that are behind us, following us. So there's another one in front of us somewhere that got some clearances, but not expecting anything for us for a minute. We'll probably get vectors. Go back here to map and lakes. Okay, so we'll probably start getting our vectors in right almost to dens. So that would be my guess, is we're going to start getting them there. So should be decent, but we'll have a pretty good landing. We'll go through, put everything in, get our minimums in, get everything else set up. So as it sits right now, we're just kind of just chilling, relaxing, hoping don't have any issues, and we'll start getting prepared. But yeah, we're about 271 nautical miles to our next waypoint, and then from there it's another 393 nautical miles to the next one after that. So like I said, we're looking at hitting this next waypoint by 1:45 UTC time. So we're about almost 3 hours into the flight. We still got about another 2, so it's a longer flight for sure, but definitely a fun one. I know I had a buddy of mine that did it out of Salt Lake, flew out to Hawaii, so he said it was about a 7-hour and 45-minute flight. So he said he got a good nap in. But anyway, so yeah, we'll come back when we get pretty close, when we start getting the information to update the runway and everything. We'll come back, and once we have everything to what to expect, we'll go ahead and get ready on that. So we haven't been given anything just yet, so we're just trying to figure out what to expect. So we'll see you guys here in a second. Alright guys, I brought you back for just a second because after I got to looking, I found another approach that gives us a little bit longer of an entry point. So I wanted to see if we could put that in and go with that one. So it's going to be 04 right, it's gonna be under the Y, same transition. Yep, there it is. Okay. So that one, alright, let's go into plan, and yep, there we go. Okay, so that's the one I'm hoping for. So this gives us a little bit further out, gives us a longer final. So I wanted to bring that one to you, kind of show it to you. Like I said, I get my stuff off of Navigraph and SimBrief. So that's what I'm looking at right now on my tablet, looking at all my charts and everything. So it does, on SimBrief it doesn't give you the actual approach, like the the final approach vectors. It just gives you the arrival. So you should get the approach from ATC. So I believe that's what's going to happen, is it'll give us the approach when we get closer. But right now we're lined up on 04 right. That's the one I'm expecting. That is the longer runway. When I was going to do this flight earlier, it was trying to get me to come in on 04 left, and that is the shorter of the two side-by-side runways. They've got, so Honolulu's got, looks like they've got 4. Yeah, so they've got 4 runways. You got 8 right, 26 left, 8 left, which is right up next to the terminals, and then those ones are kind of with the island a little bit, looks like, with the bay, and then they've got 2 that are kind of into the island, and those 2 would be 4 right, 4 left, and then you've got 22 left, 22 right. So I'm hoping we can come in on this longer one. Like I said, I'm going to kind of plan to roll out on taxiway Kilo, which will put us right into cross runway of 26 right. So we'll have to stop short of that, get our clearance to go across, then we'll go across also 22, or it would be 4 left. And then that'll take us to Alpha and Zulu taxiways over to the terminals. So don't know the terminal, don't know the gate we're going to be going into yet. I got that all pulled up. So we've got a lot of different choices. So we'll definitely be kind of interesting for sure. So trying to familiarize myself with the airport as much as I possibly can right now before I get there. Just so I'm fully aware of what to expect. So but yeah, no, I was looking this up a little bit before I did this flight, and just trying to see what airframes Hawaiian uses, and from what I can see is they don't use the 10. So this airplane, this variant of the 787 is not used according to their stuff. Now they do have one on order, I believe, so I think that's where this one comes from, is the order. But they do use the 9, and the other one is the A330 is the other airframe that they use. So those are their two long hauls, and then they also have the A321 Neo is also used. So I think from LAX it would probably been the A321 is what they would have probably flown with, or the A330. So either one of those would have probably been used in this one. I know that Southwest uses the Max 8 to go from Phoenix out to Hawaii, which is absolutely crazy to me that a 737 can go that far. So that's awesome. But anyway, so yeah, A330 and then these 787s, these Dreamliners are new to them. But like I said, they only have the 9 from everything that I could find. They only have the 9. So I wanted to check this one out, try it out, the 10, just to see kind of how it differs. Everything on the inside is exactly the same on the two models. So, but definitely a nice airplane. I will give it that. It's absolutely gorgeous in here. So we got our different lights here we can mess with. I know on the 9 it gives, like I said earlier, it gives you the door options, and then you have a lot more different things you can mess with. So a lot more options, a lot of different things you can mess with on it. So alright, we are right now 183 nautical miles to our next waypoint. So we did add a little bit of time with adding in our arrival, so we did get a little bit more, but not much. I mean, we went up 20 minutes almost. But now we should have our top of descent and be able to creep on down. So I have been keeping the speed up just a little bit, trying to keep us at faster pace so we can get there a little bit quicker. But everything's been pretty good when it comes to any of that stuff. Let's see. Oh, another thing is when I land, these two switches have to go off. I believe they go off for 30 seconds, and then you have to turn them back on. So if you're going to do another flight, like back to back on this, to fly like back to the mainland or whatever the case is, that's what you have to do on these aircrafts, is you have to flip that off on, and then it clears everything out to start again. But, so we'll go to the checklist. Get our air auto brakes will be set, landing data, verified minimums, and approach briefing. So those all will be done on descent. So those two are real easy. We've already been talking about landing data, so I'll have to get the charts up, get everything up and going once it's verified that we're ILS runway 4. So I do have that chart set up. I've actually got it pulled up right now. I'm looking at it just to verify everything on it, and we'll kind of go into a lot of the aspects of how to set it up. Now, from what I also understand from learning about this plane, is the A350 is a lot like this plane. So a lot of the different setups that you do in the CDU is a lot of the same. So I'm gonna have to test that, because I've been wanting to take the A350 out and mess with it, so it will be something I test. But so far, like I said, I've enjoyed this plane. I'm actually very surprised. You guys have watched my channel so far. I think I've only got one other Boeing aircraft that I've flown, and that was the I think it was the KC-77, a refueler. I believe is the last one I flew. Down from Spokane to Hill Air Force Base. So having this one and being able to mess around with this one has been definitely something, a lot of fun to goof off with. So anyway, guys, we got said about a good another hour or so, I would say, before we get ready to start our descent. So running about 150 nautical miles. Like I said, about another hour is what I'm expecting. Then I'll start getting information for our descent. So go back in here, CDU, our legs on there. And for some reason these two disconnected again, so let's figure that out. So yeah, this has us right now. We're going to change that. We're going to change that back part of it, because that's showing us is at 250. And I'm just checking. 37 miles up, drops us down to 311. Miles after that. Okay, so that's going to drop us quick. Okay, so what we're going to do, now it's 51 nautical miles to drop us down, so we'll be good with that. I'm going to change this flight level. So we're going to change that flight level out and put in 380. So we don't want them, I don't want them being different. That's the kicker. I don't want them showing different, but I guess it's going to. Interesting. Okay. Just clear that all out. Alright, we won't worry about that. We'll just hold in here. So we might just do this. See if we can delete that. And then put in exactly the same, so there we go. And then it brought that up. Nope, messed it all up. So we're gonna have to let's delete that and see if that's pull that one up. Okay. That's okay, that brought everything back up. Okay. Alright, now I think we're just looking through there. We're good. Yeah, we're good. It'll be a quick descent, but we'll be okay. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. It ain't gonna do nothing because we're flying up here and it's on autopilot and on the flight director. But I'm gonna get that set up for 8,000 feet so that once we do hit our top of descent, which we're not gonna hit for a while, but we're going to hit our top of descent just past here and start down. You can see it's going to have to hit. So in between these two, it'll hit our top of descent and start down. And it's going to have to get down quick for this one. So, but we're already set up, so the aircraft, the computer will take over and we'll bring it down. So we'll see you guys here in a little bit.
Honolulu Center, Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, flight level 380.
Alright guys, we're back.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Just crossed into Hawaiian airspace. So we're coming out of the airway now. We should start seeing vectors for the runway and everything here very shortly. So we got one more waypoint. One more waypoint to hit, and then we will start our descent down. So figured we would switch back in here, get it ready. So we're on our approach reference here. Got our flap speeds, final speed for landing. Now I can change this up and go to this one. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to leave it to where we're slowing down quick. I am going to do an auto brake 1, so I'm mainly slowing down with reversers and flaps and speed brake. So big plane, less wheels. Don't want to overheat everything. So, and you can do that in this game. So, as I stated, center pumps are off. We're on to the other fuel tanks. So hydraulic system's good. Electric system's good. Just check over all of our tire pressures. all good. So air system's looking good. We're pressurized. Doors are all closed. Still armed. Looking good. Okay. Alright, we're into our last waypoint now. About 10 minutes we'll hit that waypoint and we'll start down. So we're going to go back into the lake section of this. You should start seeing the top of descent coming across. So I think that's what right there is. Top of descent is right there. So that's where it's planning us to start descending. So it's almost over here next to this one. So we are onto that, so we should start that. I will call for descent here shortly when we get a little bit closer to here. So, but here's the islands. We should start seeing them. I'm gonna probably pop back outside and we can see if we can see anything, but it's gonna be a little bit longer. Got an airplane down below us here we caught up to. So kind of on the same jetway, a little off to the side. I'll say about this Dash 10, I see who makes this, but look at the wear to it. Plane's dirty, looks used. It looks, I like that. I like the factor of the realism. See a little bit of the scorch marks right where the engines are. So definitely looks good. Definitely outpacing that airplane. We're gonna probably watch that on our descent, but we're definitely outpacing it. Alright, so we're gonna get in here. Like I say, I'm just waiting for that one radio trans. We should get it. We should get it here once we make this turn. So usually they're pretty good about giving it, or at least the system's pretty good about giving it to me pretty far out before descent. So. Switch that over to checklist so we have it there. So, hold on. Alright guys, sorry about that. Kids needed me, so I jump out. So, but while I was gone, we did get our clearance, so we just passed our turn. It did give us our clearance for that approach that we were talking about. So we are going in to runway 4 right, which that is the one I've got. So yeah, everything is set up into that. So now we're going to get in here, be back in the CDU, because now we are confirmed what to expect. We can start messing with some of this stuff. We are right now 126 nautical miles from our next spot. That is our top of descent there. So we'll leave it out there so you can kind of see that as it comes up. But let's go ahead and let's get into here. We're going to start setting up the ILS. So that's our gross weight. We got this all done. And nav. Okay. Navrad, sorry.
United 345 Heavy,
real
descend
quick.
to flight level 220. Descend to flight level 220, United 345 Heavy.
Alright, so this should have the nav radio for the ILS, because our ILS is on. But I did look at this against the chart. So this is the radio comm. That's correct. This is the heading. The heading is off. So according to the chart, the heading is supposed to be 042. So we're going to get into this, and we're just going to clear that back once and change that to 042. Add that in there. That changed it up correctly. So I have found that that is the best way to do it. This will keep it into a full auto landing, so I won't have to touch anything when it comes to any of the autopilot, none of that stuff. So we're just about ready to start down. Probably got about another 90 miles and then we'll start our descent. So is what I'm saying. Yeah, probably right around 90. Pretty close, but yeah, we can lift that back up for a second. So yeah, so that one is done. I think everything else, here's our progress. So we're still showing at 0328 being there. So we're about good half hour, well, about 40 minutes. We'll be down on the ground in about 40 minutes. So we're looking good. Everything's looking good. Staying right to flight plan. We're going to keep into our speed. So everything is flying perfectly. Okay. So all set up in here. I'm not going to even try to tell you what every little button up here does, because I don't even remember. So I know this has something to do with the speed and the altitude is what I want to say, but I don't know how to click that one. And then this is your auto throttles. So
Southwest 2131, Honolulu Center. Expect Julie 5, runway 4 right.
So we got a bunch of guys coming
Expect
into,
Julie 5, runway 4 right.
a bunch of guys behind us that are coming in. So let's go out, see if we can find out another airplane where he can go. So we already passed him up pretty good. He might have been going to one of the other islands. There's one of the islands out there. And we can start to see the islands. Definitely cool. We've got another airplane that's up here. You can just barely make out the comm trail. But yeah, we're starting to see the islands in Honolulu, so we're getting close.
Honolulu Center, United 202 Heavy, flight level 380. United 202 Heavy, Honolulu Center, radar contact.
So after this, I might do a few island hopping flights. Might bounce around out here just for a second, just to kind of see the islands a little bit, see how they look. Just might do a few charters or something like that. I'm most likely right now not going to do another flight coming back to mainland. So, just because they are a little bit longer and I don't want to take all day to do one. So, got one right up here. Still boggles my mind the Southwest flight can come all the way out here from Phoenix. I still can't get over that. That's crazy. I'd expect a jet like this, not a 737. Anyway, so I'm going to pull up. Alright, let's go back inside. We're going to start getting our minimums inputted. We're going to X out of that for now. Okay. So our minimums are 258 on this one, and that's going to be over here. And we're going to want to go up on this. 258, that's our minimum. So that's done. So we keep that up there. Now our minimums are set, so you'll hear it on the plane as we come in minimums when we get close to that. So our a few other things here. So yeah, 042 is our angle in.
Southwest 2131. Contact Honolulu Center 119.3. Have a good afternoon.
We are looking really, really good right now.
119.3.
So,
Southwest 2131.
start our descent here. EV down to 17 there, and it just keeps going down. We'll get down to 3,000. So, because I am already set here for our altitude for the 3,000, which that is our flight plan in, that will be where we need to be when we land. So everything's good up here. We're looking good. Go back in here to route. So 17, 10 there, 8,000 at the next one. Stay at 8 per second as we get ready to land. Good on fuel, pretty close to what the expected fuel was. We're a little below it, which is kind of interesting on that aspect because we're going to be a little bit lighter on the landing than what it was saying. Things. So back into there. A little bit closer. We're about 63 miles out from the waypoint, so about 50 from top of descent, almost 40. Now the plane should start descending on its own because it will follow the flight plan down. So we're going to see if it will do that.
United 202 Heavy, Honolulu Center. Expect Lavas 1, runway 2. Expect Lavas 1, runway 2, United 202 Heavy.
He is going to a different island because nothing on Nothing where we're going, what I can see. Yeah, there's a few airports out there. I'm just kind of curious where he's going, so I'm just kind of looking around. Oh, he's going to Big Island. He's going, well, not Big Island, sorry. Second biggest island. Looks like. Because everything else doesn't have a runway 2. Alright, so let's go. We're almost to the top of descent. I'm gonna hurry. Let's see, we're gonna stay on center until we get to, well, there's center, so we'll stay there. Just make sure we're centered right there. That's one we're on, so we'll just go back to it after we're done. We're gonna hurry and get everything.
Initial contact, you have information Alpha. Honolulu Airport information Alpha. 0233 Zulu. Wind 070 at 19er. Gust 27. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 2,500. Scattered at 3,300. Scattered at 4,000. Scattered at 25,000. Temperature 29er. Dew at 19er. Altimeter 3008. VFR conditions. Landing runway 04 right, 08 left. Departing runway 04 left, 04 right, 08 right, 08 left. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact, you have information Alpha. Honolulu Airport information Alpha. 0233 Zulu. Wind 070 at 19er. Gust 27. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 2,500. Scattered at 3,300. Scattered at 4,000. Scattered at 25,000. Temperature 29er. Dew at 19er. Altimeter 3008. VFR conditions. Landing runway 04 right, 08 left. Departing runway 04 left, 04 right, 08 right, 08 left. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact, you have information Alpha.
Alright, so we gotta watch for birds. We're gonna swap back to
Honolulu Airport
center. We gotta announce that we're on frequency.
Honolulu Center, Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, flight level 379er.
Okay, we're just about to descend. Miles out. Go ahead and slow the plane down. Just to give us a little bit of leg room. And we'll go ahead and we're going to switch our seatbelt signs back on because we are at the top of descent pretty much. And I'm going to call
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, ready for descent.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, descend via Inoue 1 arrival. Honolulu landing runway 4 right, altimeter 3008.
Okay, we got the right one.
Descend via Inoue 1 arrival. Honolulu landing runway 4 right, altimeter 3008. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Alright, we are all set now. We've called for it, so once we hit the top, we'll start down. So, very interested to see if it will actually do it. And then we can start doing the checklist here. But we are fully set up now on speeds, and we are passing descent. There it goes. Yep, here we go. Yep, that picked it up. That's our descent right there. We're going to chase that down. You saw the throttles roll back. We are descending. So we'll get the auto brakes set up. We're going to do 1. And we are at top of descent and going down. Okay. So we have our minimum set. Everything's set there. Approach briefing is complete. Altimeter is already set, so we're good on the approach. Speed brakes on, landing gears down, flaps. Okay. So we are speed brake 1. Everything is set up.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, contact Honolulu Center 124.1. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Center on 124.1. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Alright guys, we are fully set up. We are in
Good
the
afternoon.
descent.
Honolulu Center, Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, descending via Inoue 1, flight level 353.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Honolulu Center.
Look out here, see what we can see. See the coastline a little bit. Got some islands over here. Now the plane's kind of got it. I'm just gonna kind of peek around and see the scenery a little bit. See if we can see any boats out here. Looks like our island is covered in the clouds, so that's going to be fun. So
Honolulu Center, United 253 Heavy, descending via Inoue 1, flight level 300.
United 253 Heavy,
there's the
Honolulu
United.
Center. Copy.
United's been pretty close to us. I'm guessing that's the plane that we were chasing, or was chasing us. So, but we're gonna keep our distance on him. We're gonna be landing before him, so. Got 22% of fuel, so we're getting low. But we're gonna be in a good spot to land this, so I'm actually very confident in the fact of how this airplane has responded to everything. Like I said when I set this up, it's pretty easy. This aircraft is one of the easier ones. It can be very intimidating when you get in here. These screens, everything that's in here, if you're flying it for the first time, it can be intimidating. But I did tell you earlier in the flight about the channel that that really helped me. Gotta remember his channel. But yeah, you'll have to go back to the early part of this, and I can kind of tell you. I had to look it up again. But he's, according to what he said, he's an actual pilot for these planes. So hearing it from an actual pilot that does this as a job, I'm gonna say like, heck yeah, like this is so much easier to learn off them and be able to kind of do everything in that aspect, know where everything's at, how to do different things, how to start the plane up, things like that. So as long as you're doing things in the right way, in the right steps, this plane's so easy to fly. It basically flies itself. The autopilot system was, for me, the trickiest part, trying to get the LNAV and VNAV to basically have that understanding. Like, I need to know how it worked. So now knowing how it works and knowing that it's arming it on the ground, having it there ready to go, and that it basically activates when you hit 400 feet, that really helps, because now I can do things in a different way. So this little triangle here, that is our flight plan. So that is basically the computer telling us we're on our glide slope down. So, and you got this other one down here that is indicating that we're on flight plan, and it just keeps us where we need to be going. So, but right now we're perfectly aligned with our downward. Everything's looking good. We will, when we get close, we're going to start really backing our speeds off. That's one thing that I will say on this airplane is completely different, is the fact that you have to do a lot of that speed stuff because it doesn't do it for you. So you've got to handle all your speed for the area. So there's the coastline for where we're going. Got a little bit of turbulence. You can see the wings bouncing just a little bit. Seems like it's going to be a little bit of a windy day out here too. That next waypoint right where we need to. Then we got to drop another 7,000 feet. So we got to be to 3,000 by the time we make this turn. So when we get out here and get on this part where we start the turn, then I'll go into localizer. That will get us into the, basically we'll catch the localizer for the runway. Once it catches it, then we'll be able to put it into approach mode, and we'll go down. So as we start a turn, I will start doing the flaps. We'll get our speeds down, get everything set up, and I believe I need to go back in here and double check. So as you can see, it does have some speeds for us that we're supposed to be at. So 270, 250, 240, 230, 210. So it does drop. And then you can see it just keeps going down. So we get down to 157, I think, before we land. So start our turn now. Okay. And then we might get to go through some clouds. Sweet. It's one of my favorite things, honestly. When I fly, I love to go through clouds. I think it's fun. Everything's looking good. So here's another thing I didn't hit on this earlier. I probably could tell, but when you're in maps mode, you have the route data that's here. Which gives you all this stuff here where the fuel is. Go back to legs. Okay, that's United. Okay, so if you're on this and you go up here and you hit plan, that changes it to steps, and that's how you can go through all the different areas and check everything. As soon as you go back, it goes back to route data. So just in case you're going to fly this, so now we're going to level off because we're going to keep descending because we're supposed to be at 10,000 at this next waypoint. So we're actually going to slow the plane down so that we're hitting these. This is that part I was talking about. We need to slow the plane down. Put out our speed brakes. We'll get this plane slowed down. We don't want to be too high, so I want to get this slowed down enough that we can stay on about 10 nautical miles out from it. Okay. So brakes off. Just going to keep. Be at 250 on this one. We're going to go down to 240 on this one. Get it set down at 240, so it just kind of idles itself down. So maybe that's what I needed to do. Clouds here. Jump outside. Excuse me. Alright, there's our coastline.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Contact HCF approach 118.3.
Contact HCF approach. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
So right now we're sitting about 3,000
HCF approach. Hawaiian
feet above
8970 Heavy. 13,200 with information Alpha.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. HCF approach. Good afternoon. Altimeter 3008. Expect the visual approach runway 4 right.
We'll be down to 8,000, so we're a little...
Altimeter 3008. Expect the visual approach runway 4 right. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Alright, so we're going to go back out of there for a second. We're going... Still a little high. Slow us down a little bit, see if we can get the plane down. so we're not too bad off. We're hitting this one at about. We might hit that one right on key, so we might be okay there. We got the speed all slowed down. I think we're going to be okay. So that's our throttle that's going, that you're hearing, going from idle and back and forth. So now we're set to 240. So our speed's automatically slowing down now. Alright, let's see if we get outside. I want to see a little more of this. Alright, looks good. Alright, up over the island. Some scattered clouds. Looks like our airport right there. Downtown. Nice golf course. There goes the Southwest plane right below us. So we're going to have a little bit of cross traffic coming out of here, it looks like. So we should be alright there. Either way, we're going to turn out, come back around. That is our airport there, so that will be our runway right there. So very cool. We got the Pearl Harbor right there. Starting our turn out for our leg out to line up for the runway. And we keep slowing our speed down here, so we get down to about 200 knots. We'll definitely get in that wind right now. Let's mess with that speed. Okay, alright, so we're going to go inside. We're going to get set up on the dog leg out. Let's get all our lights on here. And we can go ahead and exit that out. So once I'm sure that we're going to be good on landing, I'll come back outside and we can kind of show you a little more of the airplane as it lands. Okay, so we're slowing way down.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Descend, maintain 5,000. Vectors for the approach.
Not going to worry about that because we're already set down for 3,000, so we're just going to keep descending. We are going to go flaps 1 though. Or flaps 10.
HCF approach, United 253 Heavy. Good afternoon. 13,500 with information Alpha.
Alright,
so there's our localizer.
United 253 Heavy, HCF approach. Good afternoon.
As well as there.
3008, expect the visual approach runway 4 right.
We're looking good on that aspect. We're getting slowed down.
Altimeter 3008, expect the visual approach runway 4 right. United 253 Heavy.
Alright guys, everything's looking good. See, when we hit this turn, we start inbound. We want to be at 3,000 at the start of this, according to the chart, so we pick up ILS and get right into it. So and that's why it's saying we're too high right now. That's why the diamond, this diamond here, is as low as it is because we need to be down at 3,000 to catch it. So that will start coming up here shortly.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, turn right, heading 345, intercept the 4 right localizer.
Okay, that's for us. We are going to start
Turn right,
turning right
heading
anyway.
345. Intercept the 4 right localizer. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
We're just going to follow flight plan.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, descend and maintain 3,100.
There we go, down to 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,100. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Here comes our turn to the right. That diamond's coming up. We're going to go ahead and go on to our localizer. Maybe not. Real quick. I have 042. Remember right. Alright, we are on 042 is our into that. We are turning inbound. We're going to go
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, airport is at your 2 o'clock 16 miles. Report the field in sight.
Okay, we are on approach mode now. We have the field.
Looking for field. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Okay. Field in sight. We got
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Field in sight.
Okay, so now we're just
Hawaiian 8970
let the
Heavy,
plane line
clear
up.
visual approach runway 4 right.
Okay,
Cleared
we're
visual approach for right.
So we
Hawaiian
are
8970 Heavy.
good. This is lining up with the runway here. We're on approach mode now. We're a little high on the glide slope, so we're just kind of lining up. Once this gets down and catches here, the plane should follow it down. So we're just going to keep the flaps where they're at. Lights are on. We're on our final. As you can see. So we're just going to kind of wait. A little bit of wind catching us. There's our runway out ahead of us. A little bit of a crosswind, so we're kind of crab walking it in, as you can see. Bit of a crosswind. But we'll get her down and get landed. Okay, we're going to the tower.
Have a good afternoon.
Okay, so it's got us now. We are descending.
Over to Tower 118.1.
As you
Hawaiian
can see, we are
8970
now
Heavy.
following the
Have a
glide
good
slope, so
afternoon.
we are 100% on.
Honolulu Tower. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Visual runway 4 right.
Okay, once they give us clearance to land, that's when my gear comes down.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy, Honolulu Tower,
There it is.
wind 070 at 19er, dust 27, runway 4 right, cleared to land.
Runway 4 right. Cleared to land. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
Rigs down, locked. Give us some more flaps. right on line with it. So we're looking good. Set this up. Let's see where we got the camera. Might not be that nice. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Guys, we are gonna go full flaps now. Alright, we're down to full 30. Okay, we're into landing mode. We are crab walking. We do have a crosswind here, so we're a little bit sideways right now. As you can see, the nose is kind of pointed to the right. So a little bit of a crosswind pushing us, but right now it looks really, really good. We're looking lined up. Oh, don't freeze on me. Sorry guys, it's freezing. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright. 1,000. 1,000 up. Alright, right now I'm getting myself ready on my controls. In case I need to take over. Speed brake is armed. I'm talking about it's not armed. We're good on speed brake. I'm not worried about it. Okay, approaching our minimums. We're a little bit high on speed, so it slowed us down. Now I am not doing any of this. This is all computer that's landing us. There's our minimums. Okay, here we go. We're landing. Just go right here. It's going to do everything itself. 50, 40, 30. Touchdown. Yeah. Speed brake. We're up. We're good. We're going to go back up. Get these brakes going. Ooh, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. We were a little long on that. So,
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Exit next available taxiway.
a little long, but we made
Exit
it.
next available taxiway. Hawaiian 8970 Heavy.
All right. Turn off here. Get rid of this. Alright guys, we made it. We landed it. We didn't go off the end of the runway. We're good with that. Cancel that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and go across. Alright, everything's off. We'll just go ahead and go across here.
Hawaiian 8970 Heavy. Contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, Hawaiian 8970
And that's
heavy.
how this plane lands. I mean, it's smooth as butter. It really is. Ground Hawaiian 8970 heavy requesting taxi to the gate. Gate 298 is what we're looking
Hawaiian
at.
8970 heavy. Welcome to Honolulu. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Let's see, I gotta go over here.
Request gate 298, Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Hawaiian 8970 heavy. Gate 298 taxi via Alpha, Sierra, Zulu. Gate 298 via Alpha, Sierra, Zulu, Hawaiian 8970 heavy.
Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where we're going here. So I'm guessing it's going to be over here, so we'll just have to play it by ears.
All aircraft be advised information Bravo now current. Altimeter 3009er.
Got a lot of long haul planes in here. Alright, I'm guessing I see a Hawaiian plane down there, so I'm guessing that's where we're going. So we'll just be watching for 298s. It's interesting seeing some Alaskan airline planes in here. That's crazy. I do know they fly in here, but still interesting seeing them. Alright, so this is hotel. Okay. Run over a tug. Should be our next taxiway, I believe. So, and we're gonna go ahead while we're taxiing. I'm gonna hurry and get that started up. So that's running by the time we get over here and stopped. This is us. Zulu, go to Bravo. hold tight for a second. I'm going to pull out GSX and see if they can give us do that. Okay, so
Cross runway 4 left at Charlie. Continue taxi via Alpha, Zulu, United 253 Heavy.
alright. So, a little bit of shady stuff because we're going to go right here. So, I'm going to have to definitely see if there is a way to get numbers on this airport because gates are not numbered here. So we're just taking a guess that this is it, and we'll just get in here and finish up the flight. So this has been one of the longer ones. Longer for the recording side. So if you've been with me through this, I appreciate it. Watching all the way through means a lot to me. So this was definitely one of the more challenging ones, but it was definitely fun to have it with this one here. Oh, excuse me. So, alright, we shut down. We are still into that, so we'll go up to switch these off. GSX, I have them.
The boarding requested.
Inside. Let's get everything turned off. Okay. All that's shut down. Alright guys, well, they are starting the unload process, getting the baggage off, getting everybody else off. Again, I appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. The landing was definitely something fun. This is Honolulu. We'll definitely...
Passengers deboarding starting.
We'll definitely have to come out and just fly around a little bit, just see the scenery. So, but anyway guys, thank you. Hopefully you liked it. Give me a like and subscribe if you're new to this, seen it, you enjoyed it. Hope everybody, for the most part, did enjoy it. So, anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.